In terms of how I approach my clients on beneficiary care, I would always go to the market and get 2 or 3 options or alternatives. I obviously declare any preference or involvement or whatever the case may be with the likes of a Fedgroup, for example. I absolutely strive to be independent, and for me, I would continue to put Fedgroup on the table. Could you ask me the question and say, would you ever only put Fedgroup on the table? Most likely not. I don't think that would be appropriate. But certainly I would consider Fedgroup as one of the stronger offerings in the market, and I would include them in any set of proposals that were to go through to a client. And I think it would be remiss of me not to include Fedgroup, simply because I view them as the leader in the market. You know, they've managed to really reinvent their product, and they've moved from maybe 2nd or 3rd place to for me, strongly in 1st place. If somebody was to rush me and, as they say, pin you down in a lift and say, make a decision right now, I would be happy to recommend Fedgroup, in that I know that ultimately the people will get taken care of and the service and pricing would be fair. So one of the things that Fedgroup does well is that in terms of the regulations, we have to make payment at age of 18. But before Fedgroup Beneficiary Care makes that payment, they will arrange a financial counselling consultation. They will arrange an opportunity for the child to understand the effect and challenges that come with large sums of capital. And it seems so obvious, but if you take an 18-year-old and you give them 250,000 Rand, for example, that 250,000 Rand appropriately invested in, say, an annuity product or continued with a beneficiary fund could support them on a monthly basis for quite some time, you know, depending on their drawdowns. I doubt it would last 3 months in the hand of an 18-year-old. And those discussions are had as well. Whereas I found in the industry, we sort of tend to see it as an obligation. So we're obliged to pay this out, so we pay it out. Okay, but what about the downstream consequences? Well, we've met our obligations. I always ask, what is the ultimate driver behind the service? Am I trying to attract bigger capital values because I make more money out of that? Or am I trying to offer a service to a child who's lost their parents or guardians or whatever the case may be? And that's philosophically a different approach. And I do feel that Fedgroup takes care of the beneficiaries first. And in fact, I have first-hand experience of it, where Fedgroup has actually funded at their cost particular requirements that wouldn't be funded from a beneficiary fund normally. To me, it shows that there's an absolute view that we're here to look after beneficiaries. And so I'm always comfortable to recommend Fedgroup on the basis that it's beneficiaries first, fair fees, you know, sustainable, profitable models, but not going crazy.